These songs did not just touch people, they changed them. 10 reggae ballads from the 1980s, real artists, real pain, real truth recorded on tape. But one thing most people never knew, some of these records were made by people who were running out of time, and they knew it. This is the story behind the music, and you have never heard it told like this. Number 10, Sugar Minott, Good Thing Going, 1981. Every day. Think about this. You are in a record shop. Maybe it is Brixton, maybe it is Peckham, maybe it is somewhere in Birmingham. The speaker is not huge, but the bass still finds you. And then this voice comes on. Smooth, soft, like warm honey on a cold morning. That is Sugar Minott. That is what this song felt like the very first time you heard it. Now here is the thing you need to know about this record. Sugar Minott did not write this song from scratch. Good Thing Going was originally a Broadway show tune. Written by Stephen Sondheim, a man who had nothing to do with reggae, but Sugar Minott heard something in it. He heard the feeling inside the song, the feeling of watching a love slowly fall apart, and he took that feeling and he made it reggae. He made it real. He made it Jamaican. You know, he recorded it in Jamaica, and the UK market picked it up fast. By early 1981, it had climbed all the way to number 4 on the UK singles chart. Not the reggae chart, the mainstream UK chart. That is massive. Sugar Minott was already known in reggae circles. He had been recording since the mid-1970s. He was one of the first artists to blend the sound system culture with the lovers rock feeling that was growing in the UK. But Good Thing Going crossed him over into a completely different world. Radio DJs who never played reggae were playing this song. That is how powerful it was. Here is a fun fact that most people do not know. Sugar Minott was so connected to the streets that he used some of the money from his early success to set up his own sound system and his own little record label called Youth Promotion. He was basically giving young artists in Kingston a place to record. He was building something for the community while the charts were calling his name. That is the kind of man he was. Stay with me. Because number 9 is a woman whose voice made grown men cry, and most people today have no idea who she is. Number 9, Carroll Thompson, Hopelessly in Love. 1981.
I would never fall in love.
Carroll Thompson was a teenager from London, born to Jamaican parents, and when she sang, you believed every single word. Her debut album on the Lovers Rock label was not a flash in the pan. People took it home and wore it out. In the UK black community, it meant something deep.
I'm hopelessly in love.
Lovers Rock was more than a genre. It was the sound of second-generation Caribbean people in Britain making their own identity through music, and Carroll Thompson was at the very center of that.
I'm falling, and I don't know where I'm going.
Hopelessly in Love was about giving your whole heart to someone and not being able to stop yourself. Anyone who has ever truly loved someone knows that feeling by name. The critics sometimes dismissed Lovers Rock as soft,
Never fall in love.
as commercial, but the people, especially black women in Britain, knew the truth.
I need need your
This music spoke for them, and this song said things they could not always say out loud. Number 8 is the song that used to turn a whole room quite the moment it dropped. Number 8, Winston Reedy, Dim the Light, 1982.
Leave me because you're sick and tired of me. You told me
Now, if you went to a reggae dance in Britain in the early 1980s, and I mean a proper one, not a pop show, then you know this song. You know the moment when the selector dropped this and the whole energy in the room shifted.
dim the light. I really need your love, baby. Dim the lights.
People stopped talking, couples pulled each other close. This was that song. Winston Reedy had a voice that was smooth and deep and warm all at the same time, like a fireplace on a winter night.
Me feel so blue when I need a little loving. You just
Dim the Light was released on the Rough Cut label in 1982, and it became one of the most played records on the UK reggae and lovers rock circuit. It was not a massive mainstream chart hit.
it happen again. We better leave it like it is for the time being, baby.
But in the community, in the dances, in the house parties, on the pirate radio stations that played real music for real people, this song was everywhere.
Gonna make me feel so blue when I need a little loving.
The song itself is simple and honest. It is about intimacy, about wanting to be close to someone, about the quiet moments between two people that nobody else can see. There is nothing complicated about it, and that is exactly why it worked.
We better leave it like it is for the time being, baby.
Winston Reedy did not try to show off. He just sang the truth. He had been around the music scene for a while before this. He was part of the group Cimarrons in the 1970s and one of the first major reggae bands in the UK. So by the time he went solo and recorded Dim the Light, he was not a beginner. He knew exactly what he was doing. This song faded because Winston Reedy never got the big label push that could have taken him global. He stayed close to the grassroots UK scene, and the major labels were not really looking in that direction, but the people who heard him
So before it happen again, we better leave it like it is.
never forgot him. Never. Number 7 is coming, and this one has a story.
I really need your loving. Dim the lights, no love.
About a Jamaican artist who took a song from a completely different world and made it more reggae than anything the original artist could have imagined. Number 7, Freddie McGregor, Just Don't Want to Be Lonely, 1983. Freddie McGregor is one of those artists who never gets talked about enough, and that makes me a little frustrated if I am honest, because this man has been making beautiful music since he was a child. Literally a child. He was singing at Studio One in Kingston as a young boy in the late 1960s. By the time the 1980s came around, he was a fully formed artist with experience, depth, and a voice that could melt stone. Just Don't Want to Be Lonely was originally recorded by The Main Ingredient in 1974. It is an American soul song. But Freddie McGregor heard it and thought, this feeling belongs in reggae too. He recorded his version at Studio One, the legendary Brentford Road studio in Kingston that gave the world so much incredible music. And what came out was something that felt like it had always been reggae, like the song was waiting for him all along. The lyrics are about loneliness, about not wanting to face life without someone by your side. And Freddie sang it with such honesty that it did not matter where the song came from originally, it became his, it became reggae. And in Jamaica and across the Caribbean and in the UK, people held on to this record. Like it was a personal letter written just for them. Now here's a thing that will make you smile. Freddie McGregor's version actually became bigger in certain reggae markets than the original American soul version. Think about that. A Jamaican roots singer covering an American soul hit and outselling it in his own territory. That is the power of what this man had. And this song faded from the wider conversation partly because Studio One never had the marketing machine that the big international labels had. Clement Sir Coxsone Dodd ran that studio on his own terms and his own budget. Which meant that incredible music sometimes stayed locked inside the community instead of reaching the world the way it deserved. But if you know, you know. And if you are 45 and older and you grew up in a Caribbean household, you know this song. Coming up next, number 6, a man who the king of reggae himself said was his favorite singer, and this song might be the reason why. Number 6, Dennis Brown, Love Has Found Its Way. 1982. Bob Marley, the man the whole world calls the king of reggae, said Dennis Brown was his favorite singer. His favorite. Let that sink in for a moment. Produced by Joe Gibbs and released on A&M Records in 1982, this record reached number 47 on the UK singles chart. The production is lush and warm. The bass sits perfectly. And over all of it, Dennis Brown's voice doing what it always did, making you feel like everything is going to be all right.
There's nothing that can go wrong.
The song is about the moment love arrives, that quiet realization that someone has walked into your world and changed it forever. Dennis does not rush it. He trusts the feeling. And that patience is what makes it beautiful. Dennis passed away in 1999 at just 52. When he left, a large part of his catalog stopped getting the attention it deserved. That is one of reggae's great unfinished conversations. But the music is still here, still waiting for you. Number 5, Maxi Priest featuring Beres Hammond. How Can We Ease the Pain? 1988.
To the bone, I see.
By the late 1980s, reggae and soul were having a serious conversation, and nobody navigated that crossover more honestly than Maxi Priest. Born in London to Jamaican parents, he had one foot in both worlds and never lost his authenticity in either. This track from his 1988 Virgin Records album is special for one reason above all. The other voice on it is Beres Hammond, and when those two voices meet on this record, something just clicks. Like two rivers running into each other, the song is about the quiet pain of a relationship slowly falling apart. Not angry, just honest, and deeply sad. Beres co-wrote it, and his soul is all over the emotional core of this record. Yet when Maxi's big pop crossover came with Close to You in 1990, people started labeling him differently. And the deeper, more rootsy work like this got left behind. That is a real shame. Number 4 is where the documentary gets serious. I promised you a story earlier. This is it. Number 4, Sanchez, One in a Million, 1989. I told you at the beginning that some of these artists were going through things you would not believe, that some records almost never reached you. This is that entry. First, the music. Sanchez was born Kevin Jackson in Kingston, Jamaica, and this song is pure a lover's declaration, simple and honest. I found someone rare and I never want to lose them. He sang it with a maturity far beyond his years. His voice had range, soul, and that rare quality where it felt like he was singing just for you. Now, the harder part of the story. In interviews and reggae circles over the years, it has been said that during this period, young Jamaican artists were sometimes signed into deals that did not protect them properly.
I was a lonely man with empty arms to fill.
Rights were unclear. Royalties did not always flow back the right way. Different versions of this story exist. Some point to specific label decisions, others to the way the entire industry operated. But the pattern was real, and it touched many artists. Sanchez, by various accounts, experienced some of that reality early in his career. This is not unique to him. This was a system. Young artists from working-class backgrounds signed deals when they were hungry, when they just wanted the world to hear them. And sometimes the people holding the contracts took advantage of that hunger. What matters is what Sanchez did next. He kept going, kept recording, kept building through the 1990s and 2000s until his reputation was unshakable. He earned everything through persistence and pure talent. And 1 in a million is where that journey started. The gift was always there, even before the industry learned to respect it properly. Number 3, a voice so warm it feels like shelter. An artist whose name belongs in every serious conversation about reggae music. Number 3, Beres Hammond, Putting Up Resistance, 1985. Is there any voice in reggae music that carries more warmth than Beres Hammond? I have asked myself that question many times, and I keep coming back to the same answer. Released on Tad's Records in 1985, this record has a production that is smooth on top but roots underneath. You hear the bass doing its quiet work, the guitar finding its space, and then that voice comes in and everything settles. The song is about the moment your walls come down. When you have been protecting yourself after being hurt, and then someone comes along and slowly, without you even noticing, takes all that resistance apart. If you have ever been there, this song will find you. Beres has spoken about writing the way other people talk. He puts his real life into the music. And that is why people in their 40s and 50s connect with him so deeply, because he is singing about things they have actually lived. Tad's Records was beloved in the community but never had the global distribution muscle to match. So this song lived in the dances and the homes of the people who found it, but the people who found it never let it go. One more before number 1. And this is the song that made the whole world stop, even if most of the world never knew who really made it. Number 2, Gregory Isaacs, Night Nurse, 1982.
But there must be something she can do.
Some songs define an era. Some songs define a genre. Night Nurse is both. If you were alive in the 1980s and you loved reggae, this song is somewhere inside you right now. Produced by Sly and Robbie, the greatest rhythm section in reggae history, and released in 1982, it reached number 32 on the UK singles chart. But in the dances, The blues parties, the she beans, and the late night taxis, it was #1 every single night. Gregory Isaacs was the cool ruler, smooth, still, and absolutely commanding. The song uses medical language as a love metaphor. The woman he is calling his night nurse is the one who takes away his pain. It is clever and poetic and completely natural coming from his voice.
Only you alone can quench.
But knowing what we know about Gregory's personal struggles, the battles he was open about throughout his life, this song carries even more weight. Because the man singing about needing someone to ease his pain knew something real about pain.
Around the clock.
He was not performing, he was telling the truth. He passed away in 2010. There was only one cool ruler. And when this song plays, he is still here.
Make it great. Oh, the pain is getting right.
#1 is next. And I promise you, even if you think you know what is coming, you do not know the full story.
All right, C-Trends fam, let's keep it real. We're pouring our hearts into bringing you the best celebrity news and music deep dives. But check it. A massive 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing is how you can truly support us, helping us grow and create even better content. If you're vibing with what we do, take a sec to hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's flip that 98% and build this C-Trends family together. Your support is everything.
#1, John Holt, The Tide is High.
The tide is high.
You already know this song, but you might not know it the right way. Most people heard this first through Blondie, the New York new wave band who took it to #1 in the UK and United States in 1980. And because radio and music journalism did not always do their homework, the world assumed Blondie wrote it.
No, it's not.
They did not. John Holt wrote this song, a Jamaican man, a reggae singer. One of the finest voices the island of Jamaica ever produced. He recorded it in the late 1960s at Studio One in Kingston. It was a reggae record first, Caribbean roots first, and it went out into the world and became one of the most recognized songs of the entire decade, with another artist's name attached to it. When Blondie's version became a global hit, it brought new attention back to John Holt in reggae circles. People went looking for the source, and what they found was something more beautiful than what they already knew. Because John's original,
I'm not the kind of man who give up just like that,
has something in it that no pop production can manufacture. It is rooted, it is human. It sounds like where it came from. The question of how well the original Jamaican creators were compensated has been discussed in music circles for years. It is part of a much larger conversation.
no, the tide is high, but I'm home.
About how Black and Caribbean artists were treated by an industry that loved their music but did not always respect their ownership of it. What we know for certain is this.
Every man wants you to be.
John Holt made something timeless, a song the entire world heard. Even when they did not know his name, he passed away in 2014, and the music he left behind is immortal.
Every man wants you to be his girl.
The Tide is High is #1, not because of Blondie, because of John Holt, because of Jamaica, because of reggae.